Hello guys, and welcome to another daily fix with me, Sean Paul Johnston, here at Small Fry Unify. Now today is a little bit different because I'm not actually going to go over news. Well, it is news, but it's more focused on a single topic. I did want to tell you guys a little bit about new releases due out this week. However, I don't know if it's because they've seen the daily fix and they know that they're sending them in the magazine. MCV has stopped sending them in the magazine. Well, they've stopped sending it on time anyway. I used to get it on a Thursday and I'd be able to tell you guys what games were coming out the following week. But they've not sent me that, so I can go away and find all that stuff. But I thought today there's been a few stories that I've seen regarding this, which is the SNES Classic Mini. And this here, obviously this is our one, this has been hacked. And I know some of you guys do not believe in hacking, some of you will, so I'm not going to judge any of you in this kind of stuff. I'm just talking about it because I want to get your feedback on it to see what you think about the situation. Now, I've said from the very start, the SNES Classic Mini, as cool as it's been, now let's go back to, in fact, the NES, the NES. When that got announced, I was dead excited about it and I was actually really contemplating getting one until I found out there was only 30 games in it. And it kind of put me off the console a little bit. As cool as it looked, I was a bit frustrated the fact that you wouldn't be able to download more games to the console. And yes, the games that were on there were amazing, just like the SNES Classic Mini itself. However, I wanted a way where I could update the console and add more games to it at some point down the line. And I kind of wish Nintendo had done, I've talked about this before, the guy who had made his own version of the NES Classic or the NES Mini, and he had done it by 3D printing and using NFC. Now, Nintendo's obviously using NFC for their Amiibo cards and their Amiibo figurines, so they could have quite easily done something like this. Or what they should have done was release the console and allowed you to put packs into it. So yeah, you can still take off the online part of it, so there's nobody doing any weird stuff online or getting problems with that, but you could have allowed people to update it that way. You could buy packs with 20-30 games in them and you could have bought as many as you wanted and done them for a reasonable price. However, they locked the single 30 games, like original 30 games, and that was it. And then the SNES Classic Mini has got 21 games. Again, some amazing classics in there, including things like Star Fox 2, which is awesome. Not the game, I mean the fact that they added it in there, especially when it was an unreleased game. However, again, even though I have bought this here is amazing, but I want to be able to update these things, and it frustrates me. So it's picking up the green, by the way. Yeah, it frustrates me the fact that I can't update this. By the way, if you're wondering what this is because I've got the green screen behind me, so anything that's green, that's why the buttons here are shown as white, and Yoshi is shown as white there. It's because he's actually green, so the green screen's picking out. Anyway, yeah, so it's been hacked, and the NES Classic was hacked a while ago with a program called Hakchi. Now, the guy who released this is a guy called, let's get his name here, he's a Russian hacker called Alexei Cluster, and that's his tag name, Alexei Adyukins. I don't know how it sounds, like a Shurayukin or something. Anyway, this Russian hacker released this tool to hack the NES, and he's done it now with Hakchi 2, and he's released that, and it's available. And there's people online that are already hacking it, checking it out, and it apparently works flawlessly. Well, not flawlessly, but it works really, really well. It's really simple to use as well, and you can add in all your games you want to add in there. Now, if you want to talk about legal sort of kind of stuff in regards to this, you know, some people have got these games and they just want to be able to play them on this console. So some people will have the ROMs and they'll have them available, so they're maybe not going down some illegal route. Now, it's a bit of a grey area, you know, what you're doing with these things. I think Nintendo's kind of missed the boat here with this one. And again, I want to know what you guys think about this. I think Nintendo missed the boat with the fact that they only allowed it to have a certain amount of games and then you can't update it. And you know, we're just around the corner from the virtual console potentially coming to the Switch. And I think they're trying to do too much at the same time. I think what they're trying to do is it's good at the same time, but they're trying to offer the SNES Classic Mini, the NES Classic Mini, the mini consoles essentially, with limited games for those people that don't want to have the virtual console or aren't bothered about it, or maybe don't even have a Switch. So they've still got an option to buy this little console, a bit of retro, nostalgic love to them with some of the best games available for the system. However, those of us who are waiting for the SNES Classic or the retro virtual console on the Switch, we just want to have access to all the games. You know, the Wii had it. It had the virtual console and added Sega Mega Drive, Sega Master System, there was Neo Geo games, all that kind of stuff on there. And it's kind of like we've taken a step back. Now Nintendo could be about to release their online service, and it's going to have something that's much more intuitive to use, and it's got access to all these things. But none of us know yet, so it's a little bit worrying. So with this SNES Classic Mini, I think being able to open it up and access it and put your games onto it is a really cool thing. I'm definitely going to try it because I want different games on the console. You know, it's something I'm going to have hooked up permanently. I want to try some of these older games and play them again and enjoy it. So that's my plan. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking about it. Are you thinking about opening up and unlocking it essentially to more of these games? Or are you just happy that it's got the 21 games there? You know, there's a lot of games that are missing in there. For games like Mortal Kombat, you know, they've got Killer Instinct, those kind of games. I really want these on the console. So yeah, this daily fix was more just to find out what you guys are thinking about the fact that it's been unlocked basically or hacked. Now, just to go over some of the things I've got in the description as well, the SNES Classic Mini support, the program actually allows you to choose the different versions. So you've got the NES Classic and the SNES Classic. You've also got the Famicom and the Super Nintendo, like the American and Japanese versions. So you can actually add them as well. It's got automatic ROM conversion to special SNES Classic Mini format. Apparently 75% of the games are working just now. This is from the official Hakchi site, by the way. So apparently 75% of the games are working fine, and you can use RetroArch mod for any games that are causing problems. It says for expert users, you can select SNES games and you can do Ctrl+Alt+E to show hidden preset ID editor. Now, looking at the videos, you can go in there. One of the big, again, another flaw with the SNES Classic Mini was on the controller. You can see that on the controller. I should always point up there. On the controller, there's no way to reset the console. So I've got my set up here, and I've got to get up every time to go over to the Classic, the SNES Classic, and press the reset button if I just want to change game. Frustrating, stupid little things like that. You know, Nintendo needs to fix that. Now the machine's out there, they can't do this, but yeah, I've got it so I have to get up, press the button. But this now allows you, Hakchi 2 allows you to set up a button combination where you can reset the console. So that's cool. You can also download the artwork in a higher resolution for the games you want to add yourself. So that's really cool. It supports 7-zip compression. It decompresses them automatically. What else has it got? It's got NAND dump, so you can dump the NAND from the console itself, and you can have a backup there. So if you ever want to go back to the original 21 games, you can just flash that again and you'll be back to the original factory settings for the SNES Classic. So, you know, it looks pretty future-proof, pretty safe to do. Again, I'd try this at your own peril, if you want. People seem to be having no issues with it, so it's really up to yourself. Again, guys, I'm going to be reading the comments. Let me know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not judging anyone here. I'm not here to get in an argument with anyone about whether it's right or wrong. It's an option that's there for people that want to do it. What do you think about it? Do you have the SNES Classic or the NES Classic? And are you going to be doing something like this for yourself to unlock it and have more games? And yeah, I'll be talking to you guys in the comments. Take care, and thank you for joining me for this one. I'll see you guys probably on Wednesday, because tomorrow I've got my course again. As you guys know, I'm doing my course now for the CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Administrator course. Oh, it's a nightmare, hexadecimals and binary codes anyway. I'll be doing that tomorrow, so I'll probably not be able to do anything tomorrow, but back on Wednesday for Lindsay's stream. But that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. And remember, we're just a bunch of small fries trying to create big things. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow.